This frame is designed in a way so it can't move left, it can't move right, it can't move forward, and it can't move back.
So I reckon a week's time, we'll have it. We won't have the car finished in a week, but we'll have it fixed somehow, and it'll drive out of here as a Dodge Charger, which would be quite cool.
So I got a bit carried away on an online auction and bought more Fast and the Furious Arena Show vehicles than I should have. I sold on 2 of them together with a lot of electrics that were in my favourite vehicle, Dominic Toretto's Universal Studios own Dodge Charger. These cars were used in the movies for the Fast and the Furious franchise. Back in episode 5 we separated the NASCAR's flimsy body from its chassis. In episode 6 we effectively did the same with the Charger, but its heavy body needed bracing, so we started that.
Woo! I feel good! I don't feel the car does though.
No.
Lemon hell, Jeffrey! That was a thing, wasn't it?
I want a second bang off, but the car's gone up in the air again.
Bloody hell. Right, that's some floor missing. Look at the billet. Look, there's a hibernating cat.
Yeah, you set my arm like in.
We had a lot more trimming to do on the NASCAR and the Charger before we could test fit the body onto the chassis, to eventually make a truly mean looking beast of a vehicle, fit to travel 1,500 miles in the radical drive-off.
This part is the most important part of the build so far. It's about removing the Dodge Charger body from everything that normally would make it strong and safe to be on the road. That allows us to take the floor out of the car and allows us to put the NASCAR underneath. This frame is designed in a way so it can't move left, it can't move right, it can't move forward, and it can't move back. All the axes are nice and solid, and they are actually secure to the ramp now, so it can't move at all. So this part here obviously supports our A pillar, which is at the front of the vehicle. And this part here allows us to keep the width and the height the same on the vehicle and keep it all strong. This part going down the front keeps our front balance all straight, so we don't have to worry about re-angling that when we reattach our front end.
So with most of the trimming done, I felt confident enough to line up everything, putting one vehicle above the other so we could get an idea of just how everything would join up.
Go.
We'd been working on the Charger with the NASCAR at the back of my little garage for some time, and the NASCAR was facing the wrong way, so that meant I had to reverse it out of my congested yard and turn it around to get everything facing the same way.
It's all coming together, baby. It's science. This is finally where every part of my brainstorming session, every part of me employing Adam, every part of everyone telling me this can't be done is all coming together, man. And the hairs on my arms are standing up, and this is just cool, man. Very, very cool. Can you help me line up this front wheel, Adam?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Let's line up our front wheel, eh?
Okay.
Forward a bit.
Okay, hang on, memento. Hang on, you've still got the jack under the back.
That's the thing, isn't it?
That won't help.
Makes life quite hard, that.
Yeah, if you lower it now then.
Yeah, ready?
Well, what do you want to do?
Thinking about there.
About
Bit more, won't we?
About there, I'd say.
About there?
Well, if you sort of guess the middle of that lot, that is the centre of your wheel. That little point there
Perfect.
is your centre.
Okay.
You've even got a little bobble there, look.
I did that especially.
I thought that. You thought, I'll leave that in so we know where that's got to line up. Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Right, you watch this side.
Go on, then. I'm not washing that side. We'll wash this side first and then we'll wash that side. Because this side's dirtier than that side.
Okay, Adam.
So am I. Okay.
So we're going to have to take these front corners off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're going to have to take all this off. Might even have to take the radiator out.
Yeah.
Or, we can lift that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what you could do. You could probably mount the rad originally where the rad was
100%, yeah.
was mounted in this
Look,
car.
so we need these out of the way anyway, yeah?
Right, okay.
So let's lop them off.
Yeah.
We got to lop these corners out, see?
And these pieces.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, look here, we're going to have to take some of this out.
You've got about an inch the other side.
Cool, so let's...
On the sill to roll cage, from that point to the roll cage, you've got about an inch that side.
Okay, cool. I wonder if we can
So
grab...
we could just bring the car this way a touch.
I'm wondering, let's see if we can grab the DODGECHARGER and twist the charger a bit. Can we, or is that not safe?
You won't be able to move it that much.
No, but I'm really got a jacking point under the... Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Does that not look amazing to you?
Yeah, it does look cool, doesn't it?
I'm filings up a schnauzer. Mm. Oh my God, I'm Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Coming together, baby.
So, see what I mean about the back wheel lot? It's too far forwards.
Yeah, so we're not
So
even...
the centre point of that wheel lot is about here. So, you know,
still
like I say, cut the chassis.
Let's
and
get
then
it down to where we can.
We'll move it to where we think it's going to be to get it to clear. Because obviously that tapers in quite a lot and these are wide wheels, so you need that to clear.
Yeah, no worries.
You can nip a little bit off the edge.
You don't want to do it now.
Not now, but what I'm saying is when it comes to it, you could take a little bit off, but you want plenty of clearance on it.
All right, then. Let's see if we can cut these front ends off, get it down as low as we can.
Yep.
Then we'll move the car back
Okay.
and see if we can drop it down any more, yeah?
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go.
You cop, I'll move.
It's Karl, the cameraman, editor and producer here, and let me explain. Roughly translated, Sam just told Adam they needed to move the NASCAR away again so they could get underneath the Charger body and do some more trimming. They also trimmed some protruding items off the NASCAR, although we aren't showing you that now because it's time to tell you that this episode is sponsored by another of the key backers of this NASCharger project, QCA of Fareham. These guys did a fantastic paint job on the NASCharger, as you'll see in a later episode, but they also do upholstery, so check them out at qualitycoversall.co.uk. That's qualitycoversall.co.uk. Okay, back to the build, time for the second rough fitting.
You'll catch it on your sill a little bit.
More over.
That's it. Sam, radiator to...
Okay, I've got an inch, so we're good. Right, let me add a little bit more, okay?
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Rear tyres.
Yeah, we're not touching them yet, we're touching some poly here. Well, I need to pull the front end round a bit more. This bit.
Really?
Ready? Oh, what's your side looking like though?
Yeah, it's okay. Loads.
Ready?
Yeah. What's that? What's that noise? What's that? Ah, the rear chassis legs. The rear chassis legs on the Charger are rubbing on the rear cage of the NASCAR, so we're going to have to lock them off. If you ever put the thing in the back, I'll show you.
Well, should we mark them now so tomorrow we know where we're at? Look, see, we've got to come back another 6 inches with that, remember?
We can cut them.
No, we
Here.
can't.
No.
We're going to cut right at the back here, where your hand is. We've got to come back another 6 inches. No point cutting it twice, is there? So where these
Well,
rollers...
there's no point cutting anything now, because it's not going to fit on her anyway.
But
I'm thinking,
yeah.
if we don't cut any more off, it's not going to fit on the car. I know what you want to do. You want to get it on there and say, hey, look at that.
No, because we can't come down any further anyway.
No, but there you go. There's no point cutting those rails until we've got the NASCAR in the correct place.
Yeah, but let's get all our cutting done tomorrow morning on this Charger.
Yeah, but we don't know where it's got to be cut on the Charger until that is stretched to the correct wheelbase. You start cutting chunks out of this, then you're going to say, oh, hang on, we've cut that a little bit too short.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? Because
I know what you're saying.
although the wheelbase is 6 inches difference, we might find when we come to putting the back wheels in this, we might want 7 inches or 7.5 inches. And if we've cut this too short...
This was an important day for the project because the test fittings influenced the biggest decision of the build, which was looming large.
Go on. Clear. Mate, we are so close. But so far. Yeah, you've got to cut a NASCAR in half now.
See, yeah, it's going to be a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to do it.
I think we cut through about here, where you can see everything nicely.
Yeah, but we've got to cut up here as well.
Okay. I think tomorrow priority, get him out of the way, start, yeah? I'll cut him out by the time you get here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because there's 2 bars on this side, we can do what we said this side,
Yeah.
and that will give us something to line up with.
Cool.
We can clamp up, but I'll tell you another thing, we're going to need some big G-clamps to try and squash those chassis legs together.
I need to, tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow morning?
Sleeping.
Yes, Adam is definitely not a morning person. But he's fantastic with metal, which is why I brought Adam in on this NASCharger project. He's far more experienced at metalwork than myself, so I really needed Adam to come up with a foolproof plan for how we split the NASCAR. If we got this wrong, the entire build could be disrupted for weeks and even scrapped for good.
Well, I've been thinking it over. We pretty much want to cut the car through the middle, but in front of the arms that support the back axle. Now, if you cut it straight through the middle, that's not ideal, and it's going to be very difficult to line the car up again. So what I propose to do is you do one cut, say about here, obviously in a straight line, and in one cut about here, okay? That way, and you cut through these MIG welds here, lot, okay? That way, when you separate the 2 halves, you have metal to clamp the car back together again to keep it square. Because if you just cut it straight through the middle, all the way through like that, then you're going to have problems trying to keep the car in a straight line to try and weld it back together again. Now you can do that by G-cramping, angle iron, etc. But by doing this, it's going to make it a lot easier. Now another thing I want to do is, if you cut it straight down like so, you can't weld the 4th side of the metal at the bottom there, because you can't get to it, because it's double skinned. So, in other words, you wouldn't be able to weld the top of this piece of metal, and you wouldn't be able to weld the bottom of this piece of metal. So what I think to do is to cut it at an angle, so we can get in there, like so, okay, sort of like that, all right? That way, you can get to the 4th piece of this join, right? You can weld that up. Then what I want to do, to put lots of strength into this chassis that we're going to be cutting, is put a plate in behind, okay, like so. Your actual plate will be there and about there. Now that you drill through this, okay, and what that's going to do, you can weld through these holes, and that then will put a lot of strength into the joint. And you can do the same here, okay, and up there, up there, up there, up there. And that will put a lot of strength back into the joint. And you can obviously do that, the same here, same sort of idea. You cut it as a wide V, okay, in actual fact I've got that wrong already, look, it's got to be that way, because you've got to weld it from here. So it's going to go that way down, okay, and then this piece you can reinstate with the new piece of metal once we've got the car at the length that we need it to be. Now what I've also suggested to do is try and line up the front half of the car under the charger, okay? So you get the front half under the car, you worry about the way that's got to be, you make temporary mounts off this to the charger, you weld it to the NASCAR and weld it to the charger, and you have it so that it bolts together. And the reason for that is you can bolt it together, obviously we've tack welded it in as well, so then that part of the car is exactly where we want it, right? Then drop that down, move that out the way, because it will give us access on the other half of the car. And then we do the same with the rear of the NASCAR. We weld plates onto this and onto the body of the charger and have it so that it bolts through again. Okay, and that way it'll give us space to manoeuvre around here, final cuttings, etc. And then we put the 2 halves under the charger. Then you've got your gap, which has been cut already. And then you know exactly, and we get the wheels where they've got to be. Because the thing is, this car is 6 inches shorter than the Charger. But it doesn't necessarily mean, if we make this 6 inches longer, those rear wheels are going to fit under the Charger wheel arches. Because obviously, those wheels are a lot bigger than the Charger was designed to take. So the inner rear wheel arches are likely to rub. So we might have to stretch this 7 inches, 7.5 inches, or thereabouts. We don't know yet until we get these wheels under the Charger to see exactly where it's got to be. And that's another reason why you cut it like I said. You can move the car where you want it to be, and we can get both the wheels exactly in the right position on the wheel arches. And then once we're happy where it is, we can then tack weld the car, lower the whole thing down, weld it all up together properly, job done, and then slide it back up underneath the Charger.
You make it sound fairly simple.
Well, it's only a piece of metal. It's a straight line. You just got to think what you're cutting and how you're cutting it. What could possibly go wrong? It's easy. It's not rocket science, is it? It's a piece of metal. You cut it, you weld it back together again. The trick is cutting it in the right place and welding it in the right place, because obviously you want the car to be straight and strong. But other than that, it's quite straightforward, really.
Famous last words for Adam there. But this has been a very productive day. The pile of scrap that was originally part of the Charger's floor was a testament to what we have achieved.
Yeah, it was quite a busy day today. Quite a lot of work, a lot of cutting discs, a lot of plasma cutting. It was tough going today, yeah. Yeah, we're buzzing for it quite quickly. I reckon another, I don't know, week's time, we'll have that body on there so we can drive it with the NASCAR body, NASCAR floor pan underneath it. So, you know, we've only been on it. It's Thursday today. We only started it on Monday. 4 days from 2 separate vehicles to that. So that's quite good going. We made the frame, we've cut all the floor out of, as you can see, the Charger. It's going really well. So I reckon a week's time, we'll have it. We won't have the car finished in a week, but we'll have it fixed somehow, and it'll drive out of here as a Dodge Charger, which would be quite cool.
What an amazing day. I mean, realistically, Adam pulled all the stops out today, and we worked together. We finally got the full floor of this 1970 Dodge Charger out, and we got the NASCAR underneath, and it fits. I mean, it's very tight. We've still got a few more cuts here and there to do, but you know, it's been a long day. But now gets the real tricky part. You know, it's all easy cutting stuff out, but now we've got to cut a NASCAR directly in half and extend it and make it fit. Don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking excited for tomorrow. Please go to our channel homepage and click on the playlist to watch more Hard Up Garage videos. If you like what we're doing, click on that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you can also help us by leaving a comment and click the like button. Please share this episode on social media with your friends and family. But while you're there, why not follow us at Hard Up Garage on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. If you follow us on social media, you'll see when we've got brand new videos for you lovely people. And don't forget to visit hardupgarage.com, where you can get some background on what we do and buy some of our much loved merchandise. Here is a list of all the wonderful sponsors who help me and my guys make this crazy idea a reality. Thank you to each and every one of you lovely people. Hopefully you'll join us again as we work hard to get this project underway. Pun intended, and bye for now. But remember guys, don't eat yellow snow.